Can you all see my screen?
Yep, go ahead. 5 minutes.
Okay, so last year I was trying to take my home training seriously, so I went on the hunt for some activewear. I couldn't believe how severely lacking the stuff on the market was for plus size people was. No matter where I looked, few options with the right price, fit, or quality. And so safe to say, I was angry. After venting to a male friend of mine, he just calmly said to me, if that's what you feel like, imagine how I feel. He owns only one pair of leggings, and that's a problem for him. Bodyweight Athleisure aims to change that. We know that with the pandemic still rife globally, we want to promote good health and wellness, but that can't happen when the tools for us to do that aren't there, and that includes comfortable activewear. Health isn't necessarily the problem with plus size people, but what I do know is that when you find something that fits, it inspires the confidence for you to take on more, and that includes exercise and other activities associated with wellness. Further, we're moving into more responsible consumption and production in activewear, but local consumers are still not given enough of those options. Issues such as inconsistent sizing, no support, and weak fabrics really bar plus size people from buying activewear. However, access is truly one of the biggest problems. People love to rumor that the market is small, but it's not plus size people's fault that they can't buy something that doesn't exist. Plus size people who buy apparel from brands who cater to them or from brands that consider them are especially loyal to those brands. And a really good example of that is Girlfriend Collective and Savage X Fenty. And to top it off, plus size activewear brands mainly target for and design for women. Some research I've done of local athleisure brands, this is almost entirely the case. I believe that inclusion should extend past sizing and interrogate gender and other issues. So we want to offer unisex plus size athleisure that is broadly available and ethically sourced at affordable prices. By rethinking the design and plus size athleisure, we can achieve that not only through thoughtful construction and durable fabrics, but by offering customization, we can offer people the perfect fit. By referring to the sizing chart, people can use that to match their fit. But if someone feels that they need an extra few centimeters, they can do that. We can offer that customization as long as it's more than 3 centimeters. Recently, people have voted for the brand in a competition, and 163 out of the 240 people on my Instagram were interested in the brand. The supply chain is set, and our website and socials are up and running. We are in a unique niche where we cater to plus size people and will ethically and sustainably produce. No other South African brand is there, and especially without customization. We also aim to promote gender inclusion, but further, with affordable prices aimed towards student budgets, our pieces are a no-brainer. And accounting for the production costs, we aim for an expected 20% margin, with a starting range of sports bra and leggings. These are the products our market is most likely to buy. Our target market is most likely to buy, not only globally, but according to a survey I most recently conducted. The times of students and young people running from a lecture or from work to change for a workout is over. And conversely, people who just need comfort for hours of studying or clinical rounds have met their match. We plan to sell to them over our website and using social media to direct traffic. And while I founded the brand, my CMT and fabric supplier are specialists in the industry and have a lot of expertise in the industry. Of course, winning this money would be a huge help in starting the production, but I would also highly appreciate any expertise regarding social media marketing and advertising. On the screen are our details, and I hope to hear from you soon. With your help, I could be the next Gymshark, widely available locally for plus size people. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandy. Thank you for adhering to the time. We're super short on time now, so Okay, we've got 5 minutes, please, for questions from the judges. That was succinct and clear. So I don't know how many questions we'll have. Let's see. Any of the judges have some questions? Sorry, Precious, over to you.
Thank you, Brandy. That was a really good presentation. I'm just wondering if you have an idea, I know it's still early days, if you have an idea of the size of the market that you'd be servicing, and also have you considered maybe a case study of Gymshark and see how they've marketed their product? Because you do have a similar sort of ethos, although Gymshark is not well priced in terms of South Africa. It's not the cheapest product, but do you have an idea of how they've marketed that and whether it's replicable in the South African context?
I'll start with the second question. So I actually did watch a video of the Gymshark founder, and he was speaking about how he started the brand and all of that. And one of the main differences is that he had a huge range of manufacturers who could take on much smaller numbers. And in South Africa, a lot of the MOQs are much larger. So the CMT that our manager found is very reasonable on that. So in that way, it doesn't quite, it's not as replicable in that context. But and also the manufacturers that he used had a much more extensive range of say materials and finishes and all of that, and we still don't have that. For example, if I want to incorporate an antimicrobial aspect to my clothing, I'd have to source it overseas. There isn't an aspect like that here in South Africa. So in terms of what Gymshark has done, they had a little bit more at their disposal to work with so that they could market more. But I'm always willing to see where it goes. And for me personally, I want to stick to local.
Sorry, I'm going to stop you on that, Brandy. Jason, you've got a question, and I know we're short on time here.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly ask how you see, this is generally speaking a highly competitive space. Like, I mean, I guess you have a niche in that it's focused on plus size, but you know, can you just speak a little bit to how you intend to carve out your niche, or how this sort of is differentiated from any other clothing brand?
So the main problem with the clothing that a lot of plus size people buy these days, or the main complaint that they have, is that they feel like it's being graded up from smaller pieces, and plus size bodies aren't necessarily the same as those that are smaller. So I feel our value proposition would be the ability to customize your pieces and say, look, I know this is what we offer, but if you need something that fits you a lot better, that's what we have. And I feel like that's what that can really stand out among the activewear community.
Cool, that's clear. Thank you.
Brandy, I love what you just said there, because it is an assumption that plus size bodies are just a bigger version of a non-plus size body. And I think that's a very important distinction. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That was really fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope your judges are happy with that. And thank you very much, Brandy. Okay, our next person on the ideation